Hello, beautiful YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you all so much for the love and the continued support of my channel. Now, today's video, you guys, is going to be all chat. We are talking about my wish list. I have had a number of subbies as of recently, really, the past couple of videos asked me for my wish list for this year. And why? So that's what we're going to get into today. So without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. Okay, so I'm clearly running out of room in the perfume cabinet. And when I say I'm going to be on a low buy this year, first of all, I'm at a point where I'm starting to actually get PR regularly. So that's taking up room. And I just like, where are these perfumes going to fit? I want to cap out at around 200, and well, I mean, we're pretty much there. So I really need to think long and hard about what I've not been wearing, what is not really currently resonating with me, and unload some because y'all, I live in a little townhouse, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. I have a bedroom, my daughter has a bedroom, and we just don't have all these spare rooms. I don't have a perfume closet. I don't have a perfume room. So yeah, I need to figure it out. But today, wish list. Oh, do I have a wish list? First of all, I just got an item off my wish list, and it had been on there for a while. Cacao Porcelana was like near the top, and I finally added that to my collection. So what else do we have on the list? Let's get into that because I'm going to let you know what they are. I'm going to give you the notes, and I want to tell you why I want them, because the more you start to collect, the more you want things to be a lot more curated. I'm not just out here blind buying everything. I'm sampling stuff, and I am really thinking about why do I want this? I don't want anything super similar to what I already have. And it has to just meet, a certain criteria before I add it into my collection at this point in my perfume journey. So apologize me for looking down or looking over my monitor, but of course I don't know any of these notes, so I'm gonna have to read them off. But the first one that I want is Leisure in Paradise by Simone Andreoli. Now I would hear the stunning, when I tell you this lady is stunning, Chris of the Perfume Nest, girl, if you watching, what's up? Because I would watch you talk about Leisure in Paradise, and I would just like, why don't I have this perfume? I really need to get it. And you start putting things on a wish list, and things like kind of jump ahead, and you just listen, we all know. But this was just kind of stuck in my head. And so I was like, you know what? When spring and summer get ready to roll around again, I'm going to get it. So that will be definitely my next purchase, because I'm gearing up for spring and summer now. I think after maybe the next week or two, I'm putting, like, we're dating any more fall, winter, cold weather fragrances, just because as perfume reviewers, we kind of like to stay ahead of, yeah, we have to prepare to drop a spring video, and we're probably going to film it in winter. So that's where we are. Okay, Leisure in Paradise. Why do I want this? Because I sampled it. I bought Glazed Ecstasy from the house, paid crazy shipping, and I don't know, you guys. I don't know if I just got a bad batch, a bad bottle, but I was so disappointed with the smell. I couldn't smell anything, okay? The scent itself was very underwhelming. Very, 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 very close to Bountalenti, if you're familiar with that fragrance. But Bountalenti is half the price and twice the performance of Glazed Ecstasy, the bottle I had. Okay, like I said, I don't know if it was a fluke, if I got a bad batch, but I decluttered that one after it collecting dust. I just was super underwhelmed. But in that package, they sent me many, many, many samples from the house. And I remember Chris talking about Leisure in Paradise. So I was like, oh, let me sample this one. Honey, what? When I say the pineapple, the coconut, the vanilla, like, this is going to be the vanilla for spring and summer, period. I have never smelled a coconut so creamy So beautiful, so delicious. I wore this sample and I would ask my daughter, like, girl, do you smell this? Like, we need this. We need this, okay? So yes, that's at the top, and this could be the next purchase. Next on the list is going to be Fantasma. Now this one, I want to sample. It is from the house of Liquid Imaginaire. My girl Veronica says was talking about it, and this one had never been on my radar. I love the house. Like this house, listen, unique fragrances, very different take on fragrances, but beautiful, but beautiful. And she spoke about Phantasma, and I was looking at the notes, and I was like, I want to get this. Like, I at least want to get my nose on it to determine if I want to buy a full bottle. But it's a tea scent. I think it has like some metallic tones. And it just really sounded like a gorgeous fragrance. Let me share with you some of the notes. This one is black tea, yuzu, which I think is like in a grapefruit family. It's rice. I want it because I love a black tea note and I love a rice note. And I need, like, I don't have anything in my collection with rice. Like, I've sampled things that I like, just never added a full bottle, but I want to smell this because I'm really intrigued by the rice note. And then it has musk, juniper berry, ginger, woodsy notes. Like, you kind of speaking my language right now, seriously. And the freshies that I have in my collection, I don't have many, but I want to up my freshie game. Like, I want to up my freshie game for this spring and summer, and I feel like this one may be the ticket. So I'm going to get a decant of that tested because it's listing green as a top note. I just want to make sure it's tea green, and I'm not getting any other kind of green up in this fragrance. Um, citrus, grapefruit can be very tricky on my skin. So this yuzu, we're gonna have to see how it goes because I really don't know what to expect from grapefruity, pomelo-y, yuzu fragrances until I literally test on skin. So that is what I'm gonna do, and I want this one, okay? All right, so next up on the list is what I actually ordered this morning, you guys. I got a Tamine Discovery set from Twisted Lily. They sent it over to me in PR. And ooh, when I sprayed it and it began to dry out on my skin, I said, I need it. I need it. I was about to order it that day. I was like, hold on, calm down. Like, I'm trying to get away from wearing something and immediately ordering it. Like, I want to give it a couple wears because sometimes you'll be in love and then you test it again like 3 days later and you're like, it's not that deep. um, Tested it again, and this morning I said, I want this in my collection. The one that I'm talking about from the House of Tamine is called Patiala. It's gorgeous. The oak moss, the amber, it is going to be reminiscent of Baccarat Rouge, but this is not like a Baccarat Rouge dupe. I was watching Kate's Beauty Station, and the way she described it, I feel like it's pretty accurate. If Baccarat Rouge and Gentle Fluidity Gold had a baby, and then you add in a little bit of rose, okay, aldehydes, and it's fresh, soapy, but a version, like all of that in one. And that's exactly what it's giving. So this is a freshie for Sharida, okay? Because I love it sweet. I love the ambery quality. I love the way the oak moss is done in there. And it's not giving me like, yeah, cleaning products is what so many fresh, clean fragrances give me. And I don't want that. Like, this is giving me the extra oomph that I want in a clean scent. The aldehydes, beautiful. Like I said, amber oak moss rose, beautiful. It is super feminine. It's almost like a more feminine take on a combination of Baccarat, Gentle Fluidity Gold in one, and then you have this gorgeous rose component to it. So yes, absolutely wish list item that has technically been fulfilled, but not in my household yet, but it's on the way. The next one on this list, I keep like putting in the cart, adding Greta's discount code. Lucky said, hey Greta, if you're watching, I want Unique's Mastermorrow, and I don't have anything from the house. So I really don't know how the performance of these fragrances are, But overall, like in the little niche community, people seem to love those scents. And this one was speaking to me. Okay, so this has like fire roasted marshmallow note. It has cashmere wood. It's got milk. Okay, incense, caramel, musk, rose, praline, vanilla. Like whoa, 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 whoa. You sound too good right now. And this one, it's like I need to hurry up and decide, am I gonna get it? Am I not gonna get it? Because I keep pausing because it's $380 and I haven't smelled this. I am really trying to not blind buy things at that price point if I don't have to. And it looks like all of these samples were bought up or they never actually stocked them. It's saying the samples are out of stock. But they just started carrying this, and I know sometimes that's how Lucky Scent will read. Like they just dropped the fragrance, I think yesterday actually. It'll say the samples are out of stock, but they just haven't stocked the samples. So has anyone smelled this? If so, should I get it? My initial concern was that it was going to be close to Commodities Milk. According to people that have smelled it, it smells nothing like that. So that made me just want it even more. But a marshmallow fragrance that has rose and caramel and milk, like you speaking my language just a little bit too good right now. Okay, like this is love language in a bottle for Sharida. So definitely want that one. I just need to make sure that um that I'm sure, because it's $380 and I would probably have to blind buy it unless I'm patient. All right, so the next one on this list is Triumph of Bacchus. Literally the most beautiful tobacco scent that I've smelled. There, it's like this very fruity, fresh cut fruits, crispy fruits vibe to this fragrance, but it's also a little sweet. It's also tobacco, and it was just such a beautiful, creamy wearing experience on my skin. Was not expecting to love that fragrance that much. Tried many tobacco fragrances, but this one just really stood out. And I'm like, this fragrance is under 200. What am I waiting on? Like, what is the holdup? Like, why are you putting bottles in front of this one? Because I need it. Like, I need it. Like, it's beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. Very popular here on YouTube as far as the house. And it is so worth the hype, in my opinion. So we'll definitely be adding that one to the collection more than likely. All right, so these next two up on the list are actually from the same house. Santal Blonde is insanely beautiful. It is a, of course, sandalwood dominant fragrance, but this one I feel like is the one I need. I don't have anything in my collection that is like sandalwood and that's it. Like sandalwood, but this is giving me like everything I need. I've tried several, but this one has hinoki wood. It's got some tonka bean. It's got a little bit of jasmine in the backdrop, cardamom, bergamot in the opening, and the beautiful creamy sandalwood, and it is exquisite. So they sent me that discovery set of cacao with cacao porcelana. I got to sample a lot from the Atelier Mastery house, and I was like, honey, just give me the whole range. There were like 4 or 5 in there that I was like, I need a full bottle. I need a full bottle. I need a full bottle. And I need a full bottle of this. I need a full bottle of that. And then the other one is going to be Rose. Let me make sure I said it correct. Ardoise or Ardoise? Girl, the Rose one from from Atelier Batterie. Whoa. Okay. Wow. It is like this cold, aromatic, soft but spicy rose that is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. I know that this rose is supposed to be a very unique take on rose because the perfumer is really not even a fan of rose. So, of course, when she made this, she wanted to do something very different. It has this abundance of ambroxan, and I think that's why it's so beautiful and addictive, and I need it. There's pink pepper and nutmeg in the opening. You have this gorgeous rose in the mid with a little bit of sage, which doesn't get overly like it doesn't make it have a masculine feel because there's a very aromatic note that can make something like very masculine to me. But it doesn't lay masculine at all on my skin. And then it's got a little bit of leather, vetiver, and like I said, ambroxan in the base. But the way it's blended, the way it's executed, beautiful, and I need it. I need it because that will be a very different take on rose for me in my collection. Okay, and next up on the list is going to be from the house of Amouage. I've not smelled this. I do want to order a decant first. I'm going to get my nose on it. Lyric Woman. Now, I hear that Lyric Woman is deeper, darker, more masculine, perhaps leaning than Lyric Man. I've tried Lyric Man, and I actually want a full bottle of that because there's nothing like overly masculine about it at all. It is so beautiful and clean and whoa, like if you're looking for a rose that is just extremely clean, powdery, I'm talking about super fresh, like you just came from the dry cleaners and you're exuding a very clean, put together, sophisticated, like that is what Lyric Man is. And I always recommend it when I'm speaking about men's fragrances, but I feel like I need to smell Lyric Woman because this is supposed to be very deep and dark and lush red rose, and I'm just in a rose era. Okay, give me all the roses. Y'all, I drop a rose video every year and it does horribly. Like you could just tell rose is just underloved, undervalued, underappreciated as a dominant note in a fragrance because rose is in probably 70% of fragrances somewhere, maybe not the star, but it's needed, to make a fragrance happen a lot of the times, honestly. But I feel like Amouage, Lyric Woman is calling my name. Not only that, this year, well, I would say within the past 6 months, I've added Amouage into my collection. Beginning of my journey, my nose was not ready. Like I wasn't understanding nothing that they was, throwing at me. But I love Love Blossom. Blossom Love. I love Tuberose. Guidance, you know how I feel about Guidance if you've seen any of my recent videos. And I'm thinking this Amouage Rose one is going to be the next one. But I will be sampling first. I will not be blind buying it at all. Let me read you some of the notes of that one first. Cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, and bergamot in the opening. So we got a spicy opening with spices that I love. I love seeing cardamom and ginger together. Now, in the mid, we've got rose and geranium. And when I tell you I love seeing rose and geranium together, it takes a rose to me out of that overly mature smelling category. And it doesn't really matter what kind of rose it is. If you add a little bit of geranium, it just makes it flow better to me. And it also just gives it just a very beautiful, like rich depth to the rose when you add the geranium. It also has some powderiness, I would assume, in here because it's got orris root and angelica. Love both those notes. Okay, it's got some jasmine, ylang ylang. Incense is in the base. Love me some incense, and Amouage has been getting me with the incense. I think is it rose and incense? Loved it. And I was actually going to get that one, but then they dropped Guidance, which also has like an incense component throughout because it's got olibanum. So I was like, oh, this has rose and incense. Let me just get this in. Whoo, okay, blown away. You know this. Okay, so it also has musk, woodsy notes, tonka bean, patchouli, oak moss, vanilla, vetiver. Like every note in this fragrance, I love. I love. So as long as they're not doing too much with their patchouli in the base, it's probably going to be a love. But like I said, I'm going to test it first. Okay, so next up on the list, and we're about to wrap this video up because it's getting a little long, is going to be Amber Room. This is also by the House of Tomine. And if I did not mention this, I am now a Twisted Lily affiliate. So any of your Twisted Tea purchases, you can save 10%. Just check the description box below for any details and the discount code. So you guys, Amber Room is stunning. When I would see this and read like people's take on it, it's like it smells like an ambery like room. I'm like, what are you talking about? What does that smell like? An amber room. This amber is gorgeous and I feel like I need it. Now, will I get this now? I feel like I may wait for maybe fall to roll back around before I add this. But I sampled it and I loved it. Like, this amber is gorgeous. Let me read you the notes. So this is an amber rose combo, okay? It also has some spices in there, and it doesn't list what spices, but it was beautiful. It wasn't overly spicy. It's got bergamot, it's got cedar and coriander. Not completely like this super complex thing, but I feel like the amber, there was something like light and fresh about the way it wears. Some people compare it to, I think, Amber Nuit, but I didn't necessarily get that vibe. Like Amber Nuit by Dior, I own, and it is definitely more of like this ambergris, citrusy, fresh, happy scent. Amber Room to me just wore a little different. It's more like a brown amber to my nose and on my skin. But again, maintains a freshness, a sweetness. Then you got the rose in there. So it is gorgeous and I need it. All right. So you guys, that is my wish list so far. And of course, it's ever ongoing, ever building. But these are the ones that I feel like I would love. Some I've sampled and I know I want them. Let me know wish list items that you have for 2023. You guys, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure notification bell is turned on to all and stick around to watch the next video to support your girl and help grow this channel. Also, if you found any value in the content, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up as it helps us to grow. It has been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.